Okay, I am going to quick do this sales order process exercise step by step so you can follow along if you want. Uh, I'm going to do it through the website, so I've never done this, and we will see how it works. I know that a lot of you are using it this way, so we'll try this and see what happens. I'm going to go back here. We will go here, and I am going to, FS1 is our system, our client is 417. I always turn accessibility on, and then I hit this, and then I need to choose, because I'm starting with a new account for a student. Control C that, and then that's fine. And then I'm going to use FS-21. So I will go back here and I'll say FS-21. I'll paste the password in. I'll sign in. It's asking me. I'm going to paste that back again. Then I'm going to P at SSWRD tab. P at SSWRD and change. Okay, so now I need to FS-21 and P at SSWRD, sign in. Okay, one of the things that I can tell you about this area right here is that if you want to see the full SAP menu, you have to actually click that SAP menu and it'll bring the whole thing up. If you go to user menu, that's already been created for you with all of the things necessary for the assignment that you're about to do. Okay, so you don't have to go through the process of going to logistics and everything else. So for instance, right here where it says logistics, sales, distribution, sales, inquiry, and create, I can go right here to create inquiry, and it takes me right into it. Okay, so I'm going to be bouncing back and forth just like you guys do, and show you how this works. Inquiry type. If I click this and then I click the search, it shows me that I can just do a, got to double click it. I'll check mark it. That's fine. And then sales organization happens to be, this says 00FS, but that's not my sales organization. If you're using that, that creates a problem. Anytime you see like 00FS or anything like that, you want to use the number associated with yours. So when I go here, if I don't know that, I have to actually go here and I go down to say 21FS because that's my user ID. Okay, distribution channel. It's going to be a wholesale. And then division is SB and sales office is SB. So my division is SB. Oops. My division is SB and my sales office is SB. Okay, so there's that. Now, they're going to tell you after that that you have to hit the execute icon. In the web-based version, you don't have to. I think you can just hit enter. Yep, and it brings you right to it. Okay, so the screen works out a little better in that format. So now they're saying, oh, sold to party. I should click that, and they're telling me to search for 00. But the pound, that's supposed to be your 2-digit number. Okay, so if I go here and I sold to party and I say, in this case, I go back here because I want to make sure I'm on customers general. Okay, so I go back in here and I want to make sure it's customers general and my search term is 21, and I can hit enter. And there are my options. Okay, and after I have that, they tell me to use Livonia Health Express. So Livonia Health Express, there's number 21. That's the one I want. I double click it, it puts it in there for me. So the sold to party is 222. I go back to my instructions. These images aren't exactly what you're always going to see because you do not have the same organization that they use to make these instructions, okay? So I need to make sure you understand that before we keep going. Right here, the PO number, enter WH1 pound in the purchase order number. And then click the valid from date field. So right here, we want to say that it's WH121, okay, because I'm number 21. And the date that we want was to be, double click today's date. So we want today's date. I just wanted to verify. So I would double click today's date. So now when I go to search for it later and I need a date, I know everything is going to be related to this date because the inquiry started at this date, therefore the purchase can't happen until at least that date, and the delivery can't happen until after the date and everything else. So I think that's important to recognize. And then we have a valid from date that I should have done right here, and that's today's date. So there's that. Then we go through and we're like, okay, that's valid from, valid to, and they say that double click on a weekday approximately 1 month from today. So right here in the valid to, we're going to go here, and they're saying about a month, so I'm going to say October 16th. Okay. Delivery required date. You're not going to be able to require that at that point, so we have to actually go here. Notice that the delivery required date, yeah, is the same, so we're okay there. Now we have to add material. Okay, so you see where this is yellow here? Well, I click here for material and I do a search. And again, we have this search going on, and I go back here and I say we want by material group. Click the arrow next to the material group field. So we want to go here. This says by material description. We want to go by material group right there. And then we want to looking here, find the tab material group, then next to the material group field. Okay, so we want that. We want to do this, which brings up this, and we want, I think, finished goods. I better double check. Hold on. I'm looking. We are trying to input material. Click on the first material field, and then click on this. Find the tab material by material group, and then click on the arrow next to the material group field, which will call up a second pop-up window. Yeah, we wanted manufacturer. We want to double click on the sales to select it. So we got to go back. I want to go back in here. We're going to double click on sales to select it. And then I should be able to just hit, they say material description is 00, but that 00 again is your number associated with your user ID. So mine's 21. So material description is going to be 21 star. The star is a sign for a wild card, so it's going to find anything that starts with 21, and then it has to have whatever else after it. And if I hit enter right now, it will pull up all items that I have available to me for 21 material description. Okay, so I go back in here, scroll down through here. I already know I need all this, and they're telling me that I need NRGB. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to double click on RGB, and they tell me then that I need to enter 10 for the order quantity. So I go back in here and I enter 10. And then I go ahead and say, if any information clear, just click enter to hit it. That's fine. So we got item, we got 10, we got a description of 00 NRG. So did it put that in? So I have to actually say that's 21 NRG B, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. We're getting this done. Some of this stuff doesn't really matter as much because it's just descriptive. And if you notice that the units, sales unit, happens to be a case. Okay, so watch how I did that. I know I needed a sales unit, so I'm buying 10 cases of that. Okay, and I'm going to scroll down a little further. Click on the square next to the first line next and select it. I'm just looking, I'm thinking that we are at this step right here right now. Okay, click the first square, so I need to click the square, which is right here. Okay, and then they tell me to click this little icon, the little coin icon, which is this one. Okay, items conditions. So it says sales area 21 DISD or SB redetermined. Okay, so I just hit check mark. That's fine. And then it's going to pull this wonderful thing up that shows me all the prices and all the exactly how it all works out. So if I scroll down, that's the exact screen I should be looking at. Okay. Then, because the standard price for 10 cases is $29.50 and hashtag, which is 21, West Hills Athletic Club receives a 5% discount for any line items over 1,000 and a 10% discount for any line item over 1,500. This inquiry includes a discount of $295. Click on the back icon to return to the Create Inquiry Overview screen. So right now, you can see that everything that they're talking about, there's your $295, and somewhere in here we should be seeing a discount, and I don't see it. That may have actually been, yeah, they have 0, so it's not going to mesh up 100%, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. If it's letting you go through, then you're fine. Some things got changed through the years. They're not absolute perfect assignments that these people create. These are people that do this software for a living, and they're creating these exercises for students to have access to this. So I think that's kind of important that we actually recognize that. Okay. Well, no, it is in there. It is in there. There's your $295, and at the end, yeah, so it is in there. Do I have to click update or anything? I don't think so. Overview screen, and then whatever this is. You know what? Let me open with Google Docs because I want to see something. That arrow is not pointing to something properly. So let me find out what that was supposed to be pointing to. We're good there. 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 Here's where we're at. No discount. Click that. Select the first line. Click display availability. Okay, so that's, we want to return to create inquiry overview screen. So we are currently here. If I go back, that takes us to this overview screen. Okay, now we're back here, and it's saying select the first line and then click on the display availability icon. So if I go here and I go here, now they want me to display availability, and if I hover over an icon, it tells me what it is. So I'm going to display availability. It says I have 1,000 required quantity. I have 1,000 here, and it's confirmed and all this stuff. So let's see what we're going to do next. We go through and we're like, okay, well, we know we have it. Note that the quantity of energy bars are where they are currently located. Click on the back icon, then click on the save icon to save the inquiry. So because of what we're in, if I click back, I have a save button. So we don't have all of the same icons because we have the menu bar instead. Okay. So, but it says 1000, all those zeros and then a 9. That's my order. Okay, that's my inquiry. So I'm going to copy that, and I would have probably written that down in a notebook somewhere or something, or on a piece of paper, because you might need it in the future. Okay, so I hit OK, and now we're going to. That's not what I wanted to do. Go back in there. We go back to the instruction set, and we look, and we're like, okay, we got that done. And then it says click on the exit icon to return to the SAP Easy Access. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to hit exit, and there's our Easy Access. Okay. Now again, we have a SAP menu and all kinds of different things that we can work with. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, I had to let my dog in. So we are on create sales order from an inquiry. So it wants us to go to logistics, sales and distribution, sales, order, and create. If I was going to do this, I'm going to do it through the actual menu this time. They want you to go to logistics, they want you to go to sales and distribution, they want you to go to sales, and they want you to go to order and create, right? Because we're not creating a quote, we're actually creating an order. So just to verify. So I'm going to create. And we can create the order with reference, but the order type, what is the order type that they tell us? That it's OR. And the division and everything else that's down there. So I go up here and I want to make sure that I am getting the order type of OR, which I scroll through all these, which is a standard order. It already puts the 21FS in, it already puts wholesale, it puts the SB, it puts the 21N, and then we actually want to create with reference, okay? So there's a button here that says with reference. I click it. Now, in here, it's going to ask me for my quote. Well, if I was to do this, it's going to say that the quote, click on the inquiry tab, then click on the search icon for search for your customer. I am going to actually go here, go back here, because right now, where this is the quote, we want it to go to inquiry, okay? And right here, we want to search for my customer. So purchase order number, we happen to know was 21 or whatever, because that's what we created it as. And I'm going to hit enter. No values for this selection. You know what? Let's do this. Let's delete that. Let's just do a, you know what? Let me actually put that number in there and see what happens. No, I don't need that. Sales document according to PO number. Delayed sales, sales documents by material number, by customer. Let's actually just go there. And let me hit enter. We'll do that one right there because that's 21FS. Okay? So we're using the inquiry that we just created. Okay? And it doesn't say we have to do anything else there. So once and this is taking you through the steps I just did to get to my sales inquiry, and then here's where we're at. Okay, and then we're looking for a button that says copy. Okay, because what we're doing is we're pulling up this inquiry and we're just copying it. Now we're just going to hit check mark. Do I have to put more search criteria? Something happened that was weird there. Day. Bear with me for a second. I don't like this because of the way it's doing it. I should have just been able to do this and hit copy, and then on the following screen will appear. That should have just appeared there. So if I did copy, distribution channels deviate from each other, WH and/or DI reference. Okay, so, oh. New standard order. I think we're in the right spot. Bear with me. I think something went wrong. Let me exit that. Let me go back into create order. We want it to be create with reference, and we want to create from the inquiry, and we want to create from the inquiry that we just created, and I want to copy it. Still says that something's not right. Show two party. Standard order. Maybe that needed to be a DI. Create with reference. Copy. Check document number as a reference is not a quote. You know what? Let's just find it the other way. Let's actually go here. Let's actually go ahead and find our order. And then copy. Okay. So let me cancel and do that again for you just so you see what happened. Okay. Yes, I want to cancel that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to exit this real quick. I'm going to create an order. I'm going to have this as it is. This should have been WH, by the way. And I'm going to create with reference. And I am going to search for an inquiry. And I am just going to hit enter. And it will pull up my inquiry. And then I hit copy. No, it had to be DI. I hate when this stuff goes on like this. That does have to be DI. Did I choose? I did what it told me to do. Okay, so this is a cumbersome program. It's not that much fun to deal with. Let's just find it this way. Why is this being such a pain in the butt? Oh. Oh, it's because I did that on that screen. You have to be on the inquiry. We're using an inquiry to create this. We have to have an inquiry that we use to find it. There we go. So we got that. We hit copy, and it takes us to that screen. So a little choppy. We got to remember that this software, even though it's supposed to be so powerful in that, which it is, I mean, you don't get better than SAP, but as far as usability, it's not the most user-friendly thing in the world. Okay? So next, we go back here, and we're like, okay, well, now we have this and it all copied over. Okay? And here we say information from the inquiry has been entered automatically, which is what we want it to be. Enter WHP125, in our case 21, because that's my number. Those hashtags would be your number, okay, for purchase order number. So for purchase order number, we want to have WH12521, okay? So 12521. And then, does it say anything about any other dates and stuff? Not at that point, but it does say click on the enter icon, which if I just hit enter, it takes it. We're good there. Okay. So now we have this all going. We say, okay, next we go to our next instruction is that we have all of that. Then click the save icon to save the order. Okay, so we have to make sure that we save the order. Now, it says order 7 has been saved. So I have order number 7. Nobody else should be pulling up order number 7, just so you know. If you do, you're going to have problems because it's already going to be done. Because our next step is to create a delivery for that order. So if you notice here, we have logistics, sales and distribution, shipping and transportation, outbound, and then with reference to sales order is the last option. Okay, so if I go back here and I hit exit, it takes me back to my menu, right? If I go to my user menu, I can create delivery for sales order. Guess what? It's going to take me all the way through all of that stuff. Instead of me having to go through all the menu like it told me to, that shortcut's already built in, so we're good. Okay? So now we are on this screen. Shipping point happens to be 21 SP for me. 00 is not my number. This is saying pound pound. Anytime I see pound pound in the instructions, that's my number. So that should be 21 SP. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to type in, or I don't even have to type in, I can select and I can look for 21 SP in the list and just double click it. Okay? And then notice it's order 7. The selection date is there. Do I have to do anything else with delivery type or anything? No, they say just hit enter. So I hit that, I hit enter. It pulls this up. Now this is the point where I said in my one video that you have a pick quantity and stuff that you have to worry about. So right now we're going to create an outbound delivery. We're creating it. So we get to this screen and everything's good. It says click on the save icon to create the delivery. So all I have to do right now is go back here, click save, and that's done. Okay? So that was created. So I go back to my instructions, and We know outbound delivery, that 8,000 might be totally different, but we'll deal with that in a second. We want to return the SAP Easy Access menu, and you have system, create session, then you have logistics, production, MRP, evaluation, stock requirements. You don't have to create a new session to do what I'm going to do this. It's just something they ask you to do. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go back to, we're going to exit this, and we are going to just do what they told us to do by going through and saying, okay, we want to find stocks. So we want logistics, production, MRP, evaluation, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to go to my SAP menu, and I want to go to logistics. And in here, was it materials? Nope, it's production and then MRP. So I go to production, and then I go to MRP. Okay, and then I go to evaluation and stock requirement list. Okay, so I go to evaluations, and then I go to stock requirements list, and it brings me in here. Now inside of here, it wants me to use 21 NRGB, but if I don't know that 100%, I can actually just search for that material, and right here I can just hit 21 and then star, right? And it's going to pull everything up. So I look and I say, oh, there's 21 NRGB. I double click on it. And at this point, do I have to put anything else in? No. I already did all that. Oh yeah, they want me to put 21 PT because I have to select the plant. So if I go and I click this, there's my 21 PT. And then do they tell me I need the filter? They do not tell me I need the filter. Therefore, I just hit enter, and there it is. Okay, notice that receipt requirement, I'm taking 10 out of my initial 1,000 cases. So all of a sudden, let's think about what's happened. We created an inquiry. Someone called and said, hey, I would like to find out about purchasing something like this. So from that inquiry, we actually created a sale. And from that sale, we created the delivery. And now we're looking at the requirements list and actually taking that out of our inventory. So all of a sudden, we have all of these things tying together into a single system. Okay, very powerful thing. Let's go back here and see what they want us to do with it once it's up. Note the current level on hand. We're right. Okay. You should see enough material on hand to do this, blah, blah, blah. And looking to see if there's anything else I need to do. I believe this was just to view it. It was. Okay. So what I need to do now is, let me go here. I am going to go ahead and go to the system, the one I want. No. I don't think I needed to do anything here except view this. You can see more details about it by clicking details. I'm not going to do that. And then click on the ERP system. We'll display the details for the, okay, so it'll show you the sale that we're getting it from. In SAP, the document flow links all the documents created together. They want us to actually look at the document flow. So if I go here, and I want to look at details, I'm looking here. This is a little different because of what I'm in. Okay, so that's that. I can go in here. I am actually going to exit that because I don't have to do anything there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my order, because what they're telling us now is that we need to go to environment and document flow, which will produce the following screen. I want to show you how to get that. And the way I'm going to show you how to get that is I'm taking you back to the sale, and I'm going to go to sale, and I'm going to do a order, and I'm going to do a display. Okay. And then, because the number's already in there for me, if it wasn't, I would have to search for it, but it's already in there for me. I'm going to hit enter. And then in here, there's a button right there for display document flow. If I click that, it shows me that we have open, or we have complete, and open, right? And if I go here, they have complete, and open. So I know I've done everything that I need to do up to this point. Outbound delivery being open, what do I have to do? I have to select that, and then I have to click display document. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to display document. And it takes us right here. Okay? So now we're viewing this. And then they say use the back to repeatedly to get back to the stock requirements list. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually take us here, and we're going to do we're going to pick the order, which picking the order means that we are now giving the okay to go and pull this off the shelf. We are taking it physically out of inventory, not just by number. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, and there's a few ways that we can do this. And one thing I can do is I can go to picking, and I can look at this stuff and deal with this. But right now I'm just viewing, and I want to actually change. So for outbound delivery, we have a storage location, we have a picked quantity. Picked quantity is going to be 10, and S-lock, if I remember correctly, is going to be finished goods. Okay, so that picked quantity is what gets missed most often. Okay, let me go back in here. We ended up single document. Let me double check. We're saying outbound delivery change. Oh, we're all good there. It takes us all the way through all this outbound delivery and all that stuff. And there's our storage location, deliver quantity, pick quantity, and that's what we had to add. Okay. And then you save, and it says outbound delivery has been saved. So if I save, outbound delivery has been saved. Okay. So now there's my document flow showing that this is completed, open, but I don't want to look at that anymore because I went through that. So what I have to do right now is I have to exit this because that document flow changed, I guarantee you. Okay, if I display document flow now, look at that. We have completed, being processed, and completed. We actually completed picking it off the shelf. It's ready to be sent. But before I send it, I'm going to invoice it. Okay? So that's our next step. We can post goods issue. We need to do that next. So we're going to change outbound delivery. And then we're going to go through all that process. So right now, if I go to outbound delivery again, and I display that document, I can change, and one of the things that has to happen is I have to post. Okay, so let's look for how I do that. We're back in there. That's been saved. We are looking for how we post that. We want to change outbound delivery, which is what we want to do. Actually, you know what? Let's verify. Let's actually do it back the way they would have taken you through. Okay, so I'm going to exit this. I'm going to exit this, and I'm going to go through my delivery again. Okay, so I've got shipping and transportation, I've got pendulum, I've got all these different things. Well, which one was it? They're saying logistics, sales and distribution, shipping and transportation. So shipping and transportation. and then they're saying outbound delivery, I believe, and then change single document. So if I go back here, outbound delivery, change single document. The number's already in there. If I hit enter, it takes me into it. Okay. It was the same screen that we were on previously. I just wanted to show you that it was. Okay. So right now, what we need to find is we need to find that all of that should have been added automatically. Click on the post goods issue icon. Oh, we missed something there. Let me close this. Let me go back. Let me go back. This is right. We need to post goods issue, which is way over here on the right. Okay, so we were supposed to put this in, click post goods issue, and outbound delivery has been saved. I hit OK. Now, let's look at the document flow. Oh, look. Now we have picking request complete. Goods issue for delivery is complete. Okay. We go back. We're like, okay, now let's see what we do. Click on the refresh icon to see if the posting goods issue has changed anything. And it did. It fully changed things. So, but we don't have to worry about that right now. You should see changed outbound delivery screen. If not, follow the menu path that I can actually change a single document, all that good stuff. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go into this and display document. That's not the one that I wanted. Let's exit that. Let's exit that. And we already posted goods issued. Let's exit that. Let's follow what they said. Okay. It says go to logistics, sales, distribution, outbound delivery, change single document. So we want to do the exact same thing. Change single document. It's that, and then instead of hitting post goods issue this time, we actually want to do what? Pull down menu path, that's fine. Environment document flow. So I should be able to go to document flow right here, and it will show me that yes, it did change. Okay. So they walk you through it that way. So that's all good. And then being processed, blah, 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 until you're back to easy access screen. By now your menus are probably pretty unwieldy because of all this other stuff. So what's happening is they're saying, because we've been doing so much stuff that all of this gets opened. So how do you, shrink it down? Well, going to the easy access is this user thing. So here it is. Okay, because our next thing is going to be invoice the customer. Okay, so I'm going to go here. There's invoice the customer. So I know I need to go to that. And then inside of there, we want to go to process billing due list. If I look, it looks like this here, sold to party and everything. I go back here. Here we have organization, data, billing, maintaining billing due list. Is that? Yeah, that's maintaining billing due list. So today to date will show up automatically in the to field. Enter a date, a week in the past billing date from the field. Enter hashtag or hash FS for sales organization. So right there, we want that to be our number. So down here in organizational data, we would go down here to organizational data, and the sales organization is going to be 21FS. Okay. If we go and we look at anything else that we have to put, we have to make sure that the dates, we want today's date and then we want to go forward. Okay. So we look and there's from, and I'm going to just go ahead and pick a day in the past. It doesn't matter. And then we are going to double check. We only need that one selected. So if I go back here, that's the only one selected. And then it says to check both order related and delivery related. Oh, so we do have to check that even though it doesn't show that. See, good thing I read. So we have to do order related and delivery related. Okay. And then display bill list. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to display bill list. And there it is. Okay. And now that's what we're looking at. From there, we want to find collective billing document. Okay. Select it and then click on the collective billing document. So I have to actually go in here and I have to select it. Okay. And then I've got to find collective billing document up here on the right hand side. Okay. So now there's that. So I go back in here and it won't appear that much has happened, but an invoice will be created. To confirm this, use the exit icon to return to SAP, blah, 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 and then we can go and display, and they want us to look at document flow. We can do that if you want to. As a matter of fact, they're telling us to do it, so let's actually do that. We'll go back. We'll actually go to SAP menu. We'll go to logistics. I like going through and finding the actual sale every time I do this stuff because then I know I'm starting at the beginning. So I'm going to go and find my order and I'm going to display. And it's already in there as the order, so I'm just going to hit enter. And I'm going to display document flow. Okay. And you'll notice that accounting document has been created, but it has not been cleared. An invoice has been generated, but it has not been cleared. Okay. And that's what it was trying to tell us. So right now I'm going to exit this, and I'm going to exit this, and I'm going to go back to my user menu. And what they're going to tell us now is to, we can go in there and we can, dang, I got to go back in there. I think I can just do this. No, I can't. I got to go back. I didn't want to have to. Let me go back in here. Because they're showing you to go through the one way. I was going to go through a different way. So we want to go to sales. I'm going to go to order. I'm going to go to display. I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to go to display document flow. I got to hit OK first. Display document flow. I can select this. And I want to display document. And it pulls this up. Okay. Now, if I go ahead and I look, that takes me right to this view that we're looking at. Notice that I don't have a $295 discount in there. It doesn't really matter. We didn't put it in there, therefore it's not going to affect us right now. We're okay. So we have that. We have that. I'm looking to see what we have to do next. Oh, we have to receive payment. So they just wanted us to view this. Some of these things we literally just view. So I'm going to exit. I'm going to exit again. I'm going to exit again. I'm going to go to user menu, receive payment from customer. Go figure. Okay. And in here, I think everything's already listed the way it should be. The difference is the account. Let's look. The account's supposed to be 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So account, instead of doing it that way, you can actually just do a search and say, enter, and you can just say that it's the Federal Standard Bank account right there. Okay. So that's my 1. And then the amount happens to be $26.55. The amount in our case isn't The amount in our case is the $29.50. Why? The amount in our case is $29.50 because we don't have the discount. So remember that. Okay. So instead of 26.9, wait, was it 29.50 or was it 29.55? No, it was 29.50. We'll know in a second. So, and then make sure hashtag FS. So your number FS. Enter today's date for document date. So for document date, I want today's date right there. Now keep in mind that that document date could be yesterday if you started this yesterday. So remember, it's the date that you created the document. Okay. Go back here. I think everything else is set except make sure it's 21FS there. And then it says to do what? Sales order processed. I think they're walking us through. Make sure the information shown above is in the blah, blah, blah. And then we want to open selection. We already did that. We have an account type of D. Do we have an account type of D in here? Yes, we do. We have an account of open select items. We want an account. And we want that to be, in this case, for this company. So we want to go ahead and instead of 00, we're looking by customers general. So what we're doing is we're connecting to their bank account. Okay. So under customers general, we're saying 21 there. I hit enter. And then we need their bank account, which was West Hills Athletic Club. Okay, so West Hills Athletic Club is right there. There's that. We have all of these special things done already. We're going to scroll down a little. And from there, process open items. So I'm going to process open items. No open items were found. Why? Did I choose the wrong number? Did I use Livonia? I think I did. Let's see. That's right, that's right. We want to, bear with me. Yes, dollars gross. We should have post incoming payments. Let me see something. We should be able to. I'm missing something somewhere. What am I missing? Standard. Oh, that's good. FS, 21 FS, that's all good. Oh, I know why. I don't want to do that. Now I'm waiting for it to pull this up. 1 second. My internet's running slow for some reason. Bear with me. As you can tell, my internet has stopped operating properly at the moment, and I don't know why. It says it's waiting for the server on uh, the Alliance's side to respond. So we'll see if that happens here. Come on. You can do this. Document number, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's not letting me do anything. Yeah, it's frozen. What happens if I hit refresh? I don't care. Refresh and see what happens. Oh, this ain't good. Is the web still working? Okay, that's still working, so I don't know why their website's not working. Let's go back in. Okay, so I'm still logged in. Let me go and look at our order and see where we stand. This is the thing. It's like you can do things, run into problems, and what's really cool is it's still here. So in this case, order I know was 7, but 21 star. What if I just say delete and hit enter? I want number 7, which is this one, sales organization 21FS. That's my org. There's 7. I'm going to hit enter. That's going to take me into this. I'm going to display document flow. We were trying to go inside of here, and we were going to display document, and we were to this point, and we were going to 2950 is the amount. I think I said 2650. I think that's why I screwed up. Okay, so 2950 is the amount. Remember that, people. Okay, so 2950 is the amount. We want to collect from customer. Okay, this is today's date. Company code, I don't think, well, I do need that. That's FS21 or 21FS, right? Account in this case is 10000. The amount is 2950. Okay. The account down here was supposed to be, we go down here to 21, and here's our options. We got Livonia, we got Kalamazoo, and I'm pretty sure we did it properly. And then we look and we're like, okay, so that's correct, that's correct. Today's date. We don't have 2655 because we didn't give them their discount by accident. And we should be able to hit enter, which is there, and then we should be able to hit process open items, fill in all required entry field data. Oh, currency rate has to be US. USD. Bill of exchange, reserve for bad debt, down payment, check bill of X. I don't see special. It didn't have one in there. Type is DZ. Let's just double check everything. Period is 8. We want that to be an 8. Well, let's try that other org. I should be able to process open items, but it's not finding it. Which means that, backspace that. Let's go back in. Let's hit enter. Let's go down to 21. I may have chose the wrong location. Was it Livonia that we selected by accident? Yeah, 222. I should have remembered that. So process open items. There's processed open items. We are now looking at cash discount, etc. So now we are in this view right here. We're not doing a cash discount. It says check to see if amount of payment has been assigned to the accounts receivable document. If not, double click on the USD gross amount. And then as you double click on that, just so you know, if you double click on this, what it's doing is you see down at the bottom right here, it says 2950 is not assigned. If you double click on it, now it's 0 is not assigned. So assigned is the 2950. And that's what they're telling you to do there. Okay. And then we want to save. Okay. So if I hit looking for, I think I could just post. Double click USD, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, post. So I go here and I post. And now that's posted. Now, the thing is, down here you'll see that document 14,000 whatever is posted. So right now, they want us to go look at the document flow, and this is what you will turn in. Okay. If I go ahead and I go back to no, I need to save. Well, I already posted, so I should be okay. So I want to hit exit. Data will be lost. Yeah, why not? Now let's go and look at our sales and distribution, sales, order, display. It's still showing. I'm just going to hit enter inside of there. I'm going to show display document flow. Everything is cleared. Accounting document cleared everything. Okay, so that means that everything has been paid and everything else. Right here is where you would do your print screen, paste that into Word. That's what you submit. Hopefully this video helps you, but that's the first exercise. Thanks for your time.